welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I've been really busy with work lately and very stressed out. As you can see, I've been breaking out all week, and when I'm stressed, I not only break out, but I also pick at my skin a lot, which makes it even worse. And so my self-esteem's been really down. I'm just feeling really like yucky and like lethargic and like I can't get going. And I'm finally coming out of that, which feels so good. And so I'm gonna take the day because I have a lot of stuff that I have to catch up on and I have a lot of things to do. And later today, we are going to be going 2 hours away for a football game. And so I'm gonna try my best to reset as best as I can and get as much in as I can to just kind of help feel like myself again. I've already taken my supplements this morning, my vitamins. My ashwagandha is for anxiety, and then I have one for organ health and one for immunity. So those are starting to kick in and that feels really good. Next, I am going to do a face mask for my skin because that's kind of like a big reason why I'm feeling so like gross and not myself. So I'm gonna be going in with the Kiehl's Rare Earth Deep Pore Cleansing Mask with Amazonian white clay. Usually the white clay like causes me to have a really like bad reaction, like my skin will get super red and inflamed and it will burn, but this is the only face mask with the clay that I've been able to actually use, and it helps my skin so much. And so this is always like one of my go-tos when I'm feeling a lot of buildup, when I'm breaking out, when my skin, like I'm just not having good skin days. And so this is always like my first line of defense in helping feel like myself again. And the good thing about this face mask is you don't need very much, and so it lasts forever. I bought this one, I think last year, and then I also got a little sample, like mini one too, for my birthday, for the birthday present at Ulta. And I'm in like no risk of running out anytime soon, so that's nice. So this is like the first thing that I do when I need a little reset. And then I'm also gonna go in and put in a hair mask so that I can wash my hair today, like straighten it or curl it and make sure it's like nice and clean and fluffy. And you know, I feel like when my hair is greasy or not clean or super dry, I'm also not feeling my best. So between the face mask and the hair mask, I already know that I'm gonna be feeling so much better. And last night, I went and I got my nails done, and now of course I have my face mask all over them still. But I went and got little presents. Look how cute those are. I know it's not even Thanksgiving yet, but I was feeling like I wanted to do something festive, and I thought that these were subtle enough because it has like the natural nail with just the red bows over it. And so I'm like obsessed. I keep looking at them. I think they're so cute. And so after I got my nails done, I was like, you know what? Let's just keep this going. And so follow along with my Saturday reset, get ready with me routine. Let's go. Okay, and then for my hair mask routine, I'm going to be doing like 3-ish different parts to it. So some of you may know that I've been on a hair journey over the last few years, literally years, because I used to be bleach blonde and it absolutely fried my hair. And so I had extensions in for a while until my hair grew long enough where I could actually like keep it the way it was. So it was just really short for a long time. And as you can see, it has a pretty good length to it now. I just got it cut because it was a little longer than this, but all of the ends were very sparse. Like if you held it up, you could like see through it at the bottom. And so we did a big chop, and now my hair feels a lot healthier. You can see like where it cuts off at the end, and that didn't really happen before. And so I know that I'm doing all the right things. I just have to be patient. And I feel like now that we're at this length, the growth is going to be coming a lot faster now because we're not factoring in the regrowth as much and having to like cut off so much at a time and so often. And so that's definitely something that I try and keep on top of, because hair takes such a long time to like help it grow and help it be healthy. And so no matter what I'm going through or how I'm feeling, my hair is always something that I take care of, because I want to have super long, super thick, healthy hair. And I know that that takes time because, like I said, it's been literally years to get me to even this point. And I want to keep going. So one of the things that I do for that is scalp oil. So one oil that I've been using a lot lately over the past, I want to say it's been at least 2 years, is the Miele Rosemary Mint Scalp and Hair Strengthening Oil. I like this one because it's partially because it's so cheap. It's only $10 for a bottle like this, and this is like, I can't even count how many that I've gone through. At least 4, I would say. And I also like it because it's one of the more natural brands in like the conventional market. If you get a chance, the podcast Life with Mariana, the owner of Summer Fridays, she does an interview with the owner of Miele, and that is really insightful. Like just hearing her process of starting her company and how they would like source their ingredients, especially in the beginning. And I don't know, it's just, I have so much respect for them. And I know that there's better brands out there, so maybe I will explore that a little more after this one is empty. But yeah, so I do that at my roots mainly to help that hair growth. And then I go in, I use like the Tangle Teezer scalp brush, and I just stimulate all of that blood flow. Then I'm going to go in with my Olaplex mask. So this is their number 3 hair perfector, and I do have another hair mask. It's from the brand InnerSense, if any of you know it. So they are a non-toxic brand. And that's just at Ulta. I don't know if Sephora has it, but I know Ulta does. And I'll be switching to their mask after this one is empty. So I put this one on my ends. And then I also go in with a leave-in conditioner. So I'll go grab that. This is another leave-in conditioner from the brand TGIN. Thank God it's natural. This is their Rose Water Smoothing Leave-In Conditioner that I also put in my dry ends. You can use it after you get out of the shower, but I always just use it as a mask like how I'm doing now. And I think it just adds in that little extra moisture and anti-frizz, which I really struggle with frizz. So putting that in my ends and letting it sit there for as long as I can kind of helps lock all of that in place. Just brush it back, put it back in a claw clip, and I literally leave that in for as long as I can sand it until I shower. And you guys know I have to go in with my Grande Lash Serum. This is a go-to of mine. Okay, my hair mask is in, my face mask is on, and the next thing that I have to do is clean up my beauty room. So, long story short, I can't even get to my vanity right now because I have to switch over my summer wardrobe. So I have to go into my closet and take out all of my summer clothes, which I've already kind of done, but I left some in because it's been so warm here in Iowa. But it's finally getting into the cold weather, and so I have to take out the remainder of my summer clothes and make room for all of my winter sweaters. So at the moment, for the past week or so, all of my winter sweaters are just on the floor and on my vanity, and I can't even get to my vanity to do anything. So that's been a major thing and a major stressor this whole week, is how messy my beauty room is. So I'm finally going to have to tackle that this morning because it cannot wait any longer. I'm being so vulnerable with you guys right now. So this is the current state of my beauty room. As you can see, we have packages we have to open. We have returns that we have to make, and a whole pile of clothes to put away, and whatever else is under the vanity. So let's go. I don't know if any of you watched The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, but I will be watching that as I clean because duh. All right, it might not look like it, but I have made a lot of progress. Let me show you. So I folded all of my pants, and those will go into my dresser. I set aside the sweaters that I don't hang up that were already taken out, and some skirts. I also already started to set aside those clothes that I will be putting away in my summer bin. And then I went ahead and I piled up all of the items that I will be hanging up. So I don't take the time to fold those. I just lay them out flat so that it's easiest for me to put a hanger on it. And I also took it one step further. I went ahead and I emptied out all of my purses so that they would lay flat in my closet. I have my pile of returns and packages to go through over here. And the next step is to go through and take out any remnants of summer or warm weather clothes. So that'll free up a lot of space in which this will end up filling in. So that's next. So I just got out of the shower and my hair is clean. My skin feels so good. I went and got a facial last weekend and they gave me some samples of their face wash, and I already feel like my skin looks better after using that and the face mask. It's like, oh, I just feel like just such a fresh start. Tyler is outside putting up the Christmas lights, so that makes me really excited. My beauty room, as far as the clothes go, are almost done. So the last step in there is I just have to finish putting up the last of my like winter clothes, and I've already put away all of my summer clothes into their bins, so it is almost done. And then after that, I'll probably do like a deep clean of my actual vanity itself and like scrub it down, spray it down, wipe it, organize all the drawers and everything like that. I already feel so much better. I feel like such a weight has been lifted off of me, and like I can finally breathe now and I can finally function like normal. And so that makes me really excited. All right, here is the current state of the beauty room. So this is post organization, pre-deep clean. So I need to vacuum, clean off all the vanity stuff. I still have to go through the stuff in my returns, but my closet is all organized. I organize them even like in the shelves themselves by category, like sweaters and hoodies and stuff. This can finally be closed, which I'm super happy about. So I just feel like such a weight has been taken off. And now I can finally do some actual cleaning instead of just putting stuff away. Okay, now that that's done and my hair is somewhat dry, I can finally start getting ready for the plans that we have tonight, which I am so excited. So, like I said, we're going to be going to a football game tonight, and it's actually 2 hours away. So we're gonna be leaving in about an hour or so, and we're gonna be driving to Tyler's parents, and we're gonna all go together. It's for his high school that he went to way back when, and they had their football team make states, I believe, which is a really big deal. So we're gonna go out to the game with his parents and have a really good time. And I'm so excited to go out and support our community, especially because it's obviously his alma mater. And it's so funny too, because even though, like, I don't know how much I've said about our relationship so far, but we are actually from opposite sides of the country. He's from the Midwest, I'm from the East Coast, and so we obviously didn't grow up in the same area. And it's so funny because he's also a bit older than I am, so even if we did go to school together, we probably wouldn't have ever really like interacted at all. But he played football at his high school, and his colors were purple and yellow. And my high school, I was a cheerleader, and our colors were purple and gold. So when you have our like high school photos, especially next to each other, it's so sweet because we can just share that like little piece of invisible string and bond over that, even though we weren't exactly together or knew each other at the time. It's still like a really sweet piece of our lives that we get to share. And so another story for that is that he had a certain number in his high school that he would use for whatever sport he was playing, especially football. And everyone called him by this number, and he even had like his license plate was his football number. And when I was in high school, again, he's a bit older than I am, so it was not at all the same time period or even in the same like region. When I was in high school and I was a cheerleader, we had to wear the jersey one year of a random football player on the team. Like we could pick, a lot of girls did like their friends or their boyfriends. I didn't have a boyfriend at the time, so I just like randomly got assigned a guy's jersey to wear on the team. And it was the same number that my boyfriend is, or was, I guess, because I don't think he was playing at that time anymore. And so it's extra funny because you have a picture of me as a cheerleader all those years ago in the colors of the school that he also had with the number that he was. So it looks like I was almost wearing his jersey. It was just a really like cute invisible string that we have together. And a lot of people don't believe us when we say that, but it is true. It actually is in my yearbook, and I could pull it up if we wanted to, but it's just a really sweet like little tidbit and invisible string that like the universe really does know what it's doing, and it does put people together for different reasons. So that's just a little something that I think is so funny. And then the fact that we're gonna go celebrate their football team tonight, it makes it even more special for us. So I just went in with the Lily Lolo Cream Foundation, I do have a new foundation coming in the mail today, but it hasn't been delivered yet, so I'm not able to try it out just yet, but I'm really excited for that. That one is by the brand Toups & Co., which I've talked about before. They're becoming one of my new favorite brands. I have their bronzer and their blush, and I ordered their foundation today, but I think the next thing I'm gonna order is their moisturizer. So they do makeup and skincare, and since I'm building up my collection from their makeup, I think next I wanna start trying out their skincare because I think it's gonna really help my skin a lot. My skin has cleared up since switching to all natural makeup, but like I said, I get really stressed out and I break out when that happens. And so having I don't really have a set skincare regimen just yet. I do have a lot of brands that I use and products left over from that I was already using, but I haven't really stuck to anything long term. I've tried out lots of different things that I like, and there are certain things that I would rebuy, but since trying to switch over to a non-toxic lifestyle, I still need some more experience in that area. So I'm really excited for that. I believe it's pronounced Ilia Beauty. I just used some of their concealer. I do like their brand. It's a really good go-to, especially because you can get it in stores. So it's a lot better, like if you're looking to test something out before you buy it. They sell it at Ulta. But I'm going in with the powder from Lily Lolo, the same brand that I just did their foundation. And I like their mascara the best. So that's kind of the thing that I usually rebuy from them. I do have a pot of their concealer too, but I bought this because I've never had a pot concealer before. I've only ever used the sticks. And I'm not sure how much I like it. I think I like having the tube concealer better just because you can better spot areas that you need it to. But I'm still gonna hold on to it. I'm sure that it'll come in handy at some point. And then I'm gonna go in with some of the Toups & Co. bronzer. I know it probably looks crazy right now, but once everything blends together, it just looks really flawless and seamless. So it takes some blending, as anything does, but it does blend out really well. So I also go in with a fluffy brush too, just to blend it out even better and even out all of the lighter foundation that I have. Then I do go back in with the pressed powder under the contour just to clean up that line a little bit. Then I'm going to go in with my blush. I personally really like a really heavy blush. I have a few different blushes in here. So I have the Lily Lolo one, not my favorite. I have the Ilia one, which is a really good, deep fall winter color. And then I have the Toups & Co. one, which is more of a natural blush, rosy color. Where should I go with? I think I'm gonna do the Ilia too. It's so pretty. I just love a really strong pink blush. I don't know if one day I'm gonna look back and be like, what was I doing? But I think it just adds so much life. And then I also add some on my nose too, just to give that little sun-kissed effect. And then I just blend it all out across the top of my cheekbones, as if I've just been in the sun. I just think it's so rosy and fresh looking. It brings a lot of life into my face, like I was saying, And sometimes I'll like bring that up into my contour too, just so that it's all like seamlessly blended together. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Ilia brow pencil. I need to shape my brows. I feel like I literally just did them, but they grow so fast. So I'm just gonna go in and kind of just give them a little more of a cleaner, overgrown, natural look. Next up, I'm gonna probably be buying eyebrow gel from one of my all natural brands. So if you have any that you do recommend, definitely drop it in the comments. I know a lot of people also just use soap, like back in the 2019 when soap brows were in. That obviously came from somewhere, so I could just do that too. Whew. Add some chapstick. This one is by Honest Beauty, and it's kind of a little more hot pink than I personally prefer. This one is in the shade Dragon Fruit. I think it'd be really cute in the summertime. I am gonna pop it on now just to give it time to like cool down a bit before I have to do anything. Not bad, not bad. Then comes my favorite part. So now that the rest is all snatched, we can go in and do my mascara. You guys know how serious I am about my mascara and its process. Usually I do use at least 2 mascaras. The mascara that I use for the product. So right now I'm using Lily Lolo. They just renewed my prescription, so I should be getting another one soon. This one is getting a little dried out, but that's okay. And then I go in with the telescopic wand. So like I've said before, this one is pretty dried out. It doesn't really leave any product at all. It's just to comb out and shape the lashes the way that I personally look. I really like the super long and skinny lash look. Some people say that's the spider lash, but the difference is that it doesn't have as much product on it. So like I'm sure that if I were to build it up and make them super thick, sure, they would look like spiders. But that's not what I do. I do super long and skinny with very little product, but the shaping is really the most important part. So I'm gonna curl my lashes, which I don't usually do. This has been a new thing for me. I've been for years not curling my lashes, but I have been redoing that recently, just kind of giving it another try. So I'm gonna curl my lashes, put on the product, and then brush it out. That's my process. And I also found that you can shape them better as the mascara dries. So when you put it on and you're shaping, if you have like, if you really take your time with it and you go back and forth between the eyes, give it time to dry, go do the other one, go back while it's drying, it can really help that process too. I know it sounds like a lot. I'm psycho, whatever, it is what it is. So you'll notice I really target my product to the end of the lash too, not at the base, but at like the top tip, because that's what really draws them out and helps the product not to build up and get that spider lash effect. And I also wiggle the brush as I go like this. Either wiggle the brush or my head. I like alternate. Going really slow really helps too. I got some product on my lid, but that's okay, because if you just let it dry and go in with a Q-tip, it'll just come right off. All right, I'm gonna do the other side. perfect. This side is looking a little sad. So once it dries, I am gonna go back in and do another coat over it just to help it build up a little bit on the tips of the lashes so that they can really like look a little more lengthened, if that makes sense. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go straighten my hair so that it's not frizzy, and I'll see you guys in a second. Like I said, I've been trying really hard to keep my hair nice and healthy and really let it grow, especially as close to its natural color and state as possible. And so this is what it looks like, nice and all fresh and clean. I'm just so proud of the progress that I've made. I just had to share.
Do what? High five.
Ow! Ow!